All right, we are back.
Hello, how are you?
So this is take two.
This is take two.
So we recorded an episode.
Yes.
A 30-minute episode.
Right.
But it did not end well.
So it's funny because I actually thought this was going to happen far more often in our podcast than it actually has.
Correct.
But we had a great 25 minutes of content.
Yep.
And then we chose to speak about an incident that happened yesterday.
Yep.
So it was a little raw. I think we can speak about it gently now because we've been through the fight and the makeup. But basically, I overfilled a mac and cheese pan and it spilled oil all over the bottom of the oven, which created like a massive smoke reality in our home and a fire alarm and such. And we had different versions of that event and what happened subsequently.
Correct.
And so we attempted to talk about it on this podcast, and for the first time ever on this podcast. Like it was like a fight. So,
well, it wasn't a screaming match.
No. But it was enough tension that it would not be fun for the listeners.
The difference is I'm okay with agreeing to disagree, but you don't feel the same way, which our second son is that way around. No, I'm not going to let this go. But I'm like,
so hey, I thought we weren't going to dive into it because now you're diving into it.
I'm taking away. I'm saying
actually is not taking it away.
I'm taking a larger thing. I'm taking the theme away. I'm just saying
speaking non-truths, and then I'm just supposed to not accidentally remembering things wrong, and then I'm supposed to just accept it.
Well, based off information I was given.
Right. So, yes. I mean, all I'm saying is that it got weird on the last podcast, weird enough that I was like, do not post that. We did not finish it. But alas, what I like about us, babe, and we've referenced this before, like we fight a lot, but then we make up quite quickly. Like we're good now.
Right.
I feel like we're good now.
We'll see.
So it took the mac and cheese will never be brought up again. It's not even a significant fight. Who cares? Ultimately.
Correct. I mean, you messed up and I forgave you.
Yes,
so
that's great. I love us so much.
That is a good point though. I forgot at the Michigan game last week, I made a big mistake that we did not talk about. It wasn't intentional. I just forgot to talk about. So, when you order tickets, because everything's now digital. In the old days, you used to get like physical, like they used to mail you like tickets, but now it's all digital.
Yeah.
And
I'm going to tell you something funny about this after you're done.
And you have to buy, when you buy tickets online, even if they get transferred to you, you get like a digital thing. And it's funny because I remember talking to your brother. And he was the one that was like, oh, this new system is dumb. And like, I don't like all this digital stuff. I was like, no, it's great. Like with technology, you don't have to have paper tickets anymore. But then we walk up to the gate and then I pull up the app and I try to like pull up the tickets and nothing works. And It's like, holy crap. Because when you
and there's like a crowd at the gate. So like everyone's trying to get in. We get in line and then you're like, oh, wait, it's not loading.
And because when you get the tickets in the email, it clearly says like, before the game, make sure you download everything. Like download the tickets to your phone. Like make sure you have them ready because you have 100,000 people all trying to access both internet, wireless networks, and it just wasn't working. To the extent that now even at the gate, they have like their own Wi-Fi at the gate.
Yeah.
And I totally skipped over that. So we get there and nothing worked. So we spent a good 20 minutes of me like trying to figure out how to download and get the tickets and like all the pregame stuff happening and you guys just waiting at the gate. I eventually figured it out, but it was one of those like, oh crap, like this is not working at all. So that was a faux pas on my part in terms of just not, and it wasn't like until I just like forgot.
No,
it's like, I was like, it'll just work at the gate. And I totally forgot that it's just like it's a complete crapshoot. Right. And I needed to download that beforehand.
Now, the layeredness to that was we had gone to the stadium early. There's like the flyover with the Jets. There was, we missed the parachuting people.
Yes.
But more than any of those nuances, I had to pee. And the challenge is because at the tailgate,
and you're
like drinking a couple beers.
You hate Porta-Johns.
I hate Porta-Johns.
You hate Porta-Johns.
I actually expressed that to you. We can go into Porta-Johns in a little bit because I expressed it to you yesterday at De La Salle because De La Salle apparently doesn't have bathrooms that you can use.
They had both. They had those nice like
but that was they had the nice like what do you call it, trailer bathrooms?
Yeah, like the yeah.
But those are gross too. I mean.
They're better than Porta-Johns.
They're better than Porta-Johns. So anyways, so I had to pee and this thing isn't loading. And I'm like, I timed myself. Like I knew I had drank like 2 Bud Lights or Miller Lights at the tailgate. And I was like, great, we have a 20-minute walk. So I'm going to use the bathroom before we go. And then we can't get in the stadium. So now I have to walk over to the golf course, if anyone knows the vibe, and use a Porta-John. And so what's interesting about this experience is 99.9% of the time, I would make such nasty passive aggressive comments to you in that scenario. Like, oh, we can't go in because daddy didn't download. Oh, we're sitting out here. Daddy's trying to figure it out. And I literally, you don't know this. I was like praying, like, Lord, please don't make me, like, I don't want to say anything mean right now. It was a genuine accident. Like, there's no need to be like catty about this. The kids, of course, are getting cranky. So like, we want to be in. And I think you have to admit, I didn't say one nasty comment. I didn't. In fact, I was just like, thanks, and we got in. It is not normal. But what's interesting about
also
virtue,
usually not helpful.
No, exactly. So I was going to say, what's interesting about virtue, though, you actually have to like work on it. Like, I literally, at one point, you had to sit on a bench and you had to go into Chrysler Arena, I think, or like.
Yeah, they had a much stronger signal in the Chrysler Arena with the basketball, so that's how I got it to work.
And at that point, that's when we missed the flyover.
But we got there right when kickoff happened.
We did, which is great. Yeah. Well, I didn't because I had to go to the bathroom.
Yet again, but that's a you problem.
That's me problem. But I was literally, as I'm sitting on that bench, I'm like, Lord, please help me not be a jerk about this, because
normally when the heat of it, you add in like this comment.
I know. Yeah.
Like, can you please stop?
No, I know, but so I didn't.
So yes, you did.
But what I'm saying is, like, it was an actual spiritual experience of like wanting to be a jerk about it and being like, there's no reason to be a jerk about this, but I'm annoyed because I want to be in the stadium. I'm annoyed because I just had to go pee on a pile of poop, because that's what Porta Johns are. They're just piles of poop. I can't even think about it. Porta Johns are so disgusting.
You would not have lasted without houses and life before running.
So,
water.
And normally I'd be like, my response to that annoyance would be to be a jerk to you. And I think it was a step of virtue that I did not make one comment. And in fact, I was a little concerned about you because you were a little stressed out and you hate going to Michigan games anyway. But alas, it was still a joyful experience. I'm not sure you extended me the same courtesy when it came to the mac and cheese, but you think you did. So we're going to move past that, so we don't have to re-record.
We don't want a third recording.
We do not.
Let's go through it. So we talked about Emily. Let's go.
Let's stop. First, let's stop and just say something. We made a decision yesterday after we finished our football games. So we left the house at like 9. I think you left the house at 8. We got home at 3. We made a decision to go to 4:00 mass, and I'm telling you,
yes,
best decision of our lives.
That is the beauty of the Catholic Church. Is that, well, yeah, we have many options for mass, which a lot of our friends in other denominations, like, they don't have like 8
except when on Good Friday they celebrate Easter, which I think is wild. Our non-denominational friends, God bless you all.
8 different options of mass. So we have it's like a little buffet. We can go to different options. Yeah, that is a nice thing, is we can choose. We're like, you know what? Let's just do Saturday.
Yeah, and we knew we'd be watching the game yesterday, and so it's great this morning.
Which a lot of people don't. I think a lot of people struggle with it kind of also happens during Lent with the Saturday night thing.
Yeah.
I think a lot of people struggle with the Saturday night.
I love the Sabbath.
Because we also use it for Sunday night. Because we also, it's like,
I've gotten better. I've gotten better.
You a cheater.
So basically the Sabbath, what we're referencing is the Sabbath begins at sundown on Saturday, technically. So because of that, in the Catholic Church, you can go to Sunday Mass at 4 or 5 o'clock on Saturday up till the evening on Sunday. And then when it's like sundown, and it stretches a little bit because of time zones.
Because you also would do 5 o'clock on the Sunday. Like,
right.
Well, doesn't that
during
count as
Lent, during Lent particularly, and this was definitely my 20s when I would give up alcohol on Saturday night, I'd be like, it's the Sabbath. Like, this actually counts. What Aaron's referencing, though, is then maybe on Sunday I drink as well Sunday night. He's like, it doesn't work both ways. Like, it either has to be like sundown on Saturday to sundown on Sunday, or it has to be Sunday morning to Monday morning. You can't actually extend the Sabbath.
It becomes like a 36-hour
break from our fast.
A 36-hour fast instead of a 24-hour
But I mean,
fast.
Not having to go to mass sometimes on a Sunday morning when you can just do a slow Sunday morning because we already worshiped. It's a really awesome thing. So this morning's been great. I'm still in my pajamas. It's 9:30. It's awesome. The kids are downstairs just being chill. I have a lot of work to do. Before we dive into the thing, can I tell you about my work? Because I started it.
Sure.
I have to grade 104 essays.
ChatGPT.
Here's the challenge that I have. Oh, do you think I can? No, I'm not going to do that. Stop. Here's
the criteria.
I knew my weakest part of teaching was going to be assessment, not objective tests, like multiple choice test grade, but like trying to grade subjective essays. So like a student turned in an essay that is completely not formatted, it literally probably took her 6 minutes to write. However, when I look at the rubric, she followed the rubric with the exception of the formatting. So part of me feels like I got to give this girl like a B, even though it's like kind of junk term.
Well, I think you have to have a rubric around
formatting.
Well, you have all of them. You have format, you have grammar, and you have like content.
Well, the thing about grammar is, and I told my students this, I'm not going to be a crazy person about grammar.
If you notice it, then you have to
well,
get
and
points
this is
off.
the thing. Like
especially in these
this
worlds
other
now,
student is using the word "it" all the time. Like it does this, it does that, and I'm like, that is actually not a good professional way to write.
You just say, "What is it?" Question mark.
Well, I'm going to, but the challenge is how much points to take off. So I actually sent it to a couple of my teacher friends, a couple essays. I graded it. And then I sent it to my friends and said, what would you grade it? The people that have been in the game for 20 years. And I'm hoping that they, like one of them, I graded it at 75%.
Well, you can have a point system of like, hey,
that's what I did. I made a spreadsheet.
A couple like 1 to 3 grammar issues, like 10 points off. But more than that, you get the 20. Like I think
it's only a 20-point essay, so it's harder to do that. But like
1 point.
1 point. That's what I have. What I have is 2 points. I made a little spreadsheet, and the rubric says 2 points for grammar. But it's all I'm saying that for the listeners, it is an interesting thing. It's going to be an interesting thing for me when it comes to subjective grading. Objective grading, I don't care about, but subjective grading is very hard for me. It's very hard for me. So we'll see how this goes. And there's 104 of them. So I'll be working a lot this week, just so you know.
I think most teachers just wing it. So
I know, and not to overthink
kids don't
it.
fight it.
No, they do fight it. No, you don't understand.
To the extent of like, well, why is this?
I'm telling you, girls will. Girls will. They all want the girls that all want A's, they will. I've had these kids be like, can you please read mine to see if I'm on the right track? Like they're nervous about it. And then I'm nervous about it. Oh, okay. You had noticed on Spotify.
No, can we talk about Carlo's Acutis? We didn't talk about that in the last episode.
So there was a canonization this morning too. I have a hot take.
Oh, go ahead.
Do you want to guess it?
You don't think he was that big of a deal?
Overrated? I care. No, not overrated. Please stop. The Saint in Blue Jeans, awesome. I love how relatable he is to the young church. Pier Giorgio Frassati is kind of getting ignored in this, and he was awesome.
Yeah,
as a young adult, a handsome man. Loved girls, mountain climbing.
But the millennial saint thing,
I know.
It's the biggest. You take the biggest story.
They were going to be separate canonizations, and part of me wishes that they were, because I just feel like
I think the timing they had to.
I know. Pope Leo and all the things. I just think our boys get a little ignored. Pier Giorgio Frassati, who is now Saint Pier Giorgio Frassati.
The Acutis, his brother, did a reading.
I know.
Who he never met. He never met his brother
because he died before.
So he did a reading at the canonization.
I have goosebumps. Let me tell you why. I'm curious to your thoughts on this too, because I don't know if you talked super extensively.
And I just want to talk about relics too.
Okay.
So sometimes relics are kind of weird. Sometimes
I know you're a convert. I just grew up with them. There was a picture yesterday that I posted on my Facebook of his parents in front of his tomb.
Yes, I saw that.
Yeah, and. For me, I think we have not gone through the trauma, obviously, of losing a child.
Hopefully, we never have to.
Hopefully, we never have to.
That's the parents' worst nightmare.
Worst nightmare. Never. I can't even. That said, I want to talk about this so carefully. My children being in heaven, I think, is far more important to me than their physical lives.
It's not before you, though. That's the thing.
No, not before me. But the sorrow of having a child leave the faith is something that I literally can't imagine. The sorrow of losing a child here on earth, but knowing they're in heaven, I think that would bring so much comfort. Can you imagine being like, my son has been declared? I mean, you have to have your own personal faith that you believe it, but you're in eternity with them. Life is so short. Getting our kids to heaven is literally all that matters. What are your thoughts?
It's challenging because you have I'm blanking on the word. Essentially, it's personal responsibility and free will. So you only have until they're 18, and then it's free will. So you can getting to heaven is
guess I mean more. And again, I'm not. I want to talk about this carefully.
So I don't put that
on you. But what I'm saying is if when losing a child, so I'm talking about children before the age of reason. So I'm talking about kids that are going straight to heaven. I would find that so comforting to know that my child's in heaven.
I know it's all hard because
Do
easy
you
to
think,
say that,
because
but who
grief, you
knows?
can't even
Yeah,
imagine
I
what
can't.
grief would be like.
It's too hard
I
to
think,
know.
I guess I'm trying to say is I
Do you
really,
rather have your child here? Like, it's good to say you want
would
them with the
you?
father. You
That's
want
the
your,
question.
but that's the selfishness of human. I'm not saying it's rational. I'm
No, but
saying
would we say
it's
that? Would I
selfishness.
say
100%.
that I would rather have them here than in eternity where I know I'll be with them forever? I don't know.
Yes.
Like
You'd
one
rather
of our
them
friends
here.
lost a son, and she talks about how I forget what operation, there's like an idea that for parents that have had to experience the like excruciating reality of losing a child, like that at the moment of their death, they are greeted first by their children. And I think that's so beautiful. Like when we have this faith, I could start crying. Like we haven't, I think I'm trying to cultivate an actual faith of like eternity. And like loss is so hard. But at the same time, like if I get to heaven, I know I'm going to be able to hang out with our friend Paul who passed away for eternity. So like it sucks to not have him here, but I also know he lived a virtuous life and most likely he's in heaven. And if I get there too, like this is a very short span of time to be without him, without our friendship. You know,
Yeah.
it's all idealistic, I understand. But as these parents are standing in front of the tomb of their child at their canonization today, at his canonization, it's wild.
Yeah.
Goals is what I'm trying to say. Goals. You know what I mean? Like raise your kid to be saints. Funny enough, they didn't. Do you know that about them? They were not church going. They have since become church going.
Yeah.
He converted them, which is another interesting piece of life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Apparently, he has some relics coming. Like St. John Newman is going to get
his relics.
His relics.
I think they've been traveling around. Kim Kerwin had them for a little bit.
It's always interesting how they get the relics because
chopping up the bodies.
They just
chopping up the bodies.
Just take them.
Just here's an eyeball.
Which is a weird thing.
It's super weird.
One of like first class relics.
I don't know about it.
Like first class relics and second class relics.
Listen.
And like
I don't know about it all. Like, it's wild. There are certain
or they'll
things,
wrap like
I know.
Like that was like with St. John Bosco when it's like they had like a part of his like ankle and they put like this like latex like wax like thing around it. So like there's like this fake body and there's like this bone, like a part of him there. But
so
yeah, how we just chop
here's
them up
what I will say.
And they travel the world.
I will say that the incorruptibles, like the fact that these bodies don't decompose, to me is a massive.
Which they said that
parts
was
of their bodies.
Blessed Solanus Casey.
Yeah,
when they
so
dug him up.
Parts of him, like his thumb, there's certain parts that haven't decomposed. Some of it did. Some of him did. But I will say that to me is a statement of faith. Like it actually shows something to me that God, I think, is indicating who he is. I will say that in our Catholic faith, there are things that I assent to that I believe in, that I pray with. So I've been to see relics. I think there's something grace-filled that happens when you're there. But if I think too much about it, it's just a little weird. So I try not to think too much about it. Oh, look, we have a piece of St. Catherine's heart in our altar. Like, it just feels a little weird. It feels a little
like
weird.
a little tiny little
it's
case,
a little
package.
You kind of get it. But at the
same
same time, and you've had the experience of, remember St. John Vianney's heart we went and saw at Sacred Heart. Jen and her husband Ryan were there, remember? Yeah. So, I mean, there is a grace there. There's something there when you do it, but it's a little weird. I just don't think too much about it. It's just weird.
Yeah.
It's just weird. But we're weird, you know? So anyways, canonization. Emily, there was a song that you listened to this week on.
No, not my song. You had it on your search. Emily by Michael W. Smith.
There's an artist named Michael W. Smith. Have you actually ever listened to him? Besides Friends Are Friends Forever,
Sorry,
When the Lord's the Lord of Them. I used to be like quite into him. Now that I listen to him, he's so cheesy. But there was a reason.
He was cheesy then.
I know. No, he wasn't. No, he wasn't. The people loved him.
Yes, your high school, your sport reject youth group kids. Yes, you guys love some Michael W. Smith.
I can't believe you're calling youth group kids sport rejects. I think that's a really sad thing. I actually need to reconsider that.
You found your place. You found your place.
I feel really sad for you. That's how you view those of us that pursued the Lord in high school.
What's funny is that in your family, like that you were the youth group kid. Like I remember your brother being like, "Yeah, I tried that. It was kind of weird."
No.
You were like the youth group kid of your family, your siblings. Like that was your thing. Your other siblings, like, not as much.
Listen, I feel like the Lord called me into ministry at a very young age, so that's fine.
You're right.
But anyways, there was you checked on Spotify and there was a song on there, and you said, "Why the heck were you listening?"
I don't know what it is. I never listened to it.
I was trying to annoy one of our kids. I can't give any more context. Huz. That's all. All we're gonna say is Huz trying to annoy one of our kids. Michael W. Smith song.
Yeah.
And I definitely annoyed him. He's like, turn this off right now.
He didn't like the song or like the
He didn't like
reason?
what I was trying to do. He didn't like what I was trying to do. I have this thing. I think it's brilliant. It might not be brilliant. If there's any psychologists listening, you can weigh in.
You're trying to shame your
No. I have this thing called deets for treats with my oldest. So as your kids get older, particularly if they're boys, I think they share less and less. So I have this expression, deets for treats, with our oldest. And it's like, if he gives me good tea from his life experience, I'll get him a Gatorade. So like we're driving, and like when I stop at the store, he'll be like, hey Mom, can I have a Gatorade? And I'm like, I'm going to need some deets for some treats. And he has to tell me what's going on in his life. And so I get some goods from that. I'm not going to lie. Like Joey at the football game, the Friday night football game, the varsity game, came up to me and was like, yo, I got some deets if you got some money for some treats. And actually, his was not good tea.
What if they make up stuff?
Well, the thing is, Joey's giving me tea about his friends. As much as I care about your friends, I actually, and so did Aaron at one point. There was this long-lasting 8th grade couple that broke up, and as much as I care, I want your deets.
You just look at the behavior you're incentivizing.
I know.
You're incentivizing them to make up stories.
No, they're not making it up. It's just not the good stuff. I need the good stuff. I need stuff that's going on in your life. Yeah.
So call it good deets or personal deets.
Yeah,
for treats.
personal deets for treats.
Personal deets.
Yes,
for treats
I love that.
About meats.
Yeah, but then what happened was I took advantage of one of those deets for treats, and I played the song. I played a song in the car by Michael W. Smith. So, and
it's very suburban. I would say in my culture, maybe it was like.
Did you want to say suburban or do you want to say white? I feel like you wanted to say white, but instead you said suburban. You can say white.
Are we going to talk about that Mama St. Brown dad?
Holy moly!
We can talk about that.
Yeah, we should.
I think in my culture, I think Aisha from Another Bad Creation.
Aisha,
ABC. That would be my version of Emily.
That I never met. Yeah.
And we talked about how you were trying to like lean and be like, you're so urban. You're like, I'm so urban too. I
am urban.
You like the very like radio pop culture-y stuff.
And I said to you,
and I was like, I kind of got into the more deep. Like,
you were never into the rap battles like I was. No, you don't know who NWA is. You did.
Yes, I do.
Are you going to tell me now?
No. You're conflating two things though. NWA was before my time. NWA was late. My time. That was my brother. So that was like late 80s, early 90s.
Okay, so I guess that's my time.
So my rap, yes, you're older than me.
Your rap battle was Biggie and Tupac.
Mine was, yes, it was when P. Diddy and the Family came out.
Mine was Dre and Eazy.
Nas,
so
Jay-Z.
Did you, prior to meeting me, had you known the song Real Mother Truckin' Cheese or no?
Yes, I'm sure I've heard of it.
I feel like you haven't. I feel like you don't even know it now.
Right, but I'm saying it's...
Let me tell you, it's a rap battle song.
Yes, you know Too Short.
There was a little bit of drama. Do you remember when Too Short... Was it Too Short that sang the Halloween song?
Which Halloween song?
There's a Halloween song by one of those artists. I think it was Too Short. I played it for the kids. They made me turn it off. It's not Nightmare on My Street. It's not Will W. Smith. Will W. Smith.
Will W. Smith. Will Smith apparently is a Christian artist now.
Will Smith.
Side note, people like Will Smith is not doing well. Like,
oh my gosh.
He did like another like he's doing these freestyles now.
Right.
And people are making fun of him quite a bit when it comes to Will Smith freestyle. Because he's in his mid 50s now. He's a mid 50s male like trying to freestyle and it's not resonating with the people.
Yeah. Yeah. I can't find this song. I don't think it was Too Short. Is there another?
Oh, I know what you're talking about. You're talking about the Nightmare on Elm Street rap song. It's the There's a Nightmare on Elm Street. There's like
that's
a rap.
Will Smith. No,
it's not. No.
I know. I'm trying to look it up right now. You try to look it up.
I know what song you're talking about.
It's not Too Short, but it was a little person who was singing it. Was there another little person?
Bushwick Bill?
I don't remember, but there was a Halloween song that they sang, and it was like. It wasn't. There was a Nightmare on My Street. That's Will Smith. Anyway, riveting content. You're going to look it up. Do you want to talk about the documentary that we watched this week?
There is a Nightmare on My Street.
No, that's Will Smith.
And Jazzy.
Yeah, that's Will Smith. That's not what I'm talking about.
I know what you're talking about. But anyway, urban. You're not. So
wait, let's talk about the documentary. I'm just checking really quick. My mind is playing tricks on me. Maybe. Yeah, I think that might be it.
By I forgot the name of the rap group. It's like Scarface is in it. I think.
Let's just. I feel like we're gonna do a little.
We have a 99.9% white female over the age of 50 audience, or I'll say over the age of 40 audience.
This is the Ghetto Boys.
Yes, the Ghetto Boys. That's what I was thinking. That's Bushwick Bill. Yes, that was right.
That shit was on.
Oh, that's just something else they said. Oh, this is way too many swear words.
You can't play that.
This is way too many switches.
Yes, that's what I was thinking. I couldn't name it the Ghetto Boys.
Yeah, this is it. Yeah, okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Because that one, it's got Bushwick Bill, it's Scarface,
got it.
So I got the names right. I just couldn't think of the name of the
Do you
group.
like how we just became like a really fancy podcast and I was like Joe Rogan and I pulled it up and we played it? It took a long time. People are board-ishless right now.
Because our population is like, what are you guys talking about?
Let's keep speeding up. Let's talk about the documentary.
They're like, I like Will Smith's raps
from
the 90s.
Wait, are you trying to say that we're a mostly white population? Do you think
we have a 99.99%?
I think your mom listens sometimes.
White female. I said, so she's the 0.01.
Okay.
99.9% white female over the age of 45.
Yeah. If we have any black listeners, weigh in.
All three of them can text me.
I feel like maybe that we don't have many.
Maybe with my family members. I think they would be coming from my.
Do you think your family would listen to our podcast? I don't think so.
Maybe the early episodes.
I don't feel like maybe not. Anyway, go ahead.
I feel like we're going to segue something else.
We were segueing to the documentary. We don't even talk long about it, though, because I think we're boring people.
Can you tell? I keep forgetting the name of it. What's
yes,
the name of
it's called Unknown Caller or Unknown Number, something like that.
Yeah, my only point was it's a terrible story.
Yep.
But the more challenging part is having to revisit it. So this teen goes through this crazy stuff with being catfished and essentially cyberbullied and stalked. You figure out who it is at the end.
And it ends up being her mom.
Her mother is doing all these things there over the course of almost 2 years.
Yeah. And saying things like, you should just kill yourself. You should really crazy.
They're accusing they accuse all these people around. There's like friends they accuse. There's like family members they accuse. She had this boyfriend they think is his ex-girlfriend. So they're accusing all these people. He realizes his ex-mom. But do you
know there's a big theory out there about this for those of you that watch?
That she was part of the high school girl's
part of it? That the girl did it.
No.
And the mom was defending her.
No, I don't think so. That was like that movie we watched where like you find out the kid did it and the parents.
I'm just saying. Oh, what movie?
Remember The Mayor of Easttown?
Oh, yeah. It's so sad.
And you find out it was a boy, then everyone was covering up for him.
So basically, I will say that I felt like I'm glad we watched it. A lot of people are talking about it. My students are talking about it. My sister's talking about it. My group thread about the Real Housewives are talking about it. So we needed to watch it. I felt like we were watching actual mental illness in a voyeuristic way. So
the mother.
Yeah. Like actual mental illness. Like this is not a mainstream person. This is a person that could probably be institutionalized. The Munchausen syndrome, they call it like emotional Munchausen, that like it's the same thing. Like for attention, you're wounding someone. As a mom, that's a real sickness. Like it was a sick thing to watch.
Yeah. She was hurting her daughter and then her daughter would go and talk to her about it and like relate with her. And
I don't love that we watched it. I feel like, we had to, it's fine.
Well, I think to go back, to take your child back through it. So my guess is they probably got paid a good amount of money to do that.
It's a really screwed up story.
To make your child go revisit all that over again, to me, it's
right.
I don't know if we needed to record all that.
No,
we have
a
documentary about this.
Let's briefly recap the week. Your dad's birthday was on Monday. Great time at his house. This was Labor Day.
Did we already talk about this?
No, we didn't because we recorded last Sunday.
Okay.
So birthday party was great. Everybody turned out.
Yeah.
Turned out. The Wilkinson showed up, shout out.
He and his siblings are older now. So I think
it's not the end of an era. Dang.
No, I mean like the party, like let me finish.
Yeah.
Them hosting parties. Like they're all older now. So having parties at their houses is going to be fewer and far between.
Right. We're going to have to start hosting them. I'm just saying. So we had that party, which was fun.
Oh, did I tell you the 47 story?
Yeah, you want to tell the people? This is so funny.
So I work at Carhartt. Carhartt has a shout out Carhartt. Carhartt has a partnership with the 47 brand, which is sports apparel. So they make hats, they make T-shirts, and all that. So Carhartt has this thing where we have sports team hats made with like our Carhartt brown duck things. So the hat, you see the logo, so Detroit Tigers on the front, Carhartt logo on the back, and there's a little 47 on the side. So I gave my father one of the hats, which is a very nice hat. He collects hats. He has tons of hats.
It's like almost like a collector's item. Like it's a nice hat.
Yes. Yeah. Everyone should go buy one. Yes. We have all the sports teams now.
We just bought them and it was very traumatic. I don't want to talk about it. It had to do with our budget because we bought a lot of them. Go ahead.
So I gave him the hat. He very much liked the hat, but he was like, I was concerned at first. I thought this was a Trump hat. I was like, what do you mean is a Trump hat? So he connected that 47. So Trump is the 45th and 47th president.
Right.
On the side of the hat is a 47 on it because that's the brand.
Yeah.
So in his mind, he had connected and thought that it was like
his son, the crazy black conservative son, gave me a Trump hat.
I gave him a Trump hat.
Yes,
I was like, no,
I can imagine. Did he actually open that up in front of his siblings? Because I'm telling you, they blew you up if that did happen.
I don't know. I told people at work they thought it was hilarious. I think everyone was like the connection he made was like, it was a very intelligent, I would never a million years connected that to. And I said, no, but the MAGA inside the hat, maybe that's more Trump related than
That's
that.
funny.
So,
I see what you did there.
But yeah, that was funny. But yeah, he liked his gifts.
That's great. That's good. He had a good birthday party. Then we went full football mode. We'll just make a long story short. We went into it during our 30-minute podcast that is now deleted.
So we're in a 4-day football,
which is my dream. I love this sport. So like we are living the dream.
Thursday was JV.
Yes.
You thought our son messed up.
He did not play well. I mean, but what I love is that his coaches. So on other teams that our kids have experienced, if you make one mistake, you are reamed out by your coaches, pulled off the field. If you're not a starter, pulled off the field and then not allowed to go back in the game. Aaron made some pretty significant mistakes. I thought one of the first ones being he missed a tackle for a touchdown. So like that's a significant mistake when you're the guy that's supposed to be the last line of defense and you miss the tackle. He went at the wrong angle. However, we were winning and the coaches kept him in the game. And I thought that was so cool. I think was so cool.
So I think at this point, coaches who have done this for a while know that kids who are like in high school, 9th grade, they're new to this. They're going to make mistakes. They're going to miss tackles. But a good coach says they know they expect it. They expect that their good players are going to make mistakes and mess up. So you leave them in the game because to me, leaving them in the game allows them to get more reps, more experience.
Well, and I guess what I'm just used to, and it's kind of cool to see, is that our kids, for better or for worse right now, except for John Paul, are not starters. So when they get opportunities, since they've been little, we're like, you got to maximize opportunities. So I guess I'm used to little kid sports, which is hilarious to say this, but that when there's one mistake, you are now not playing. And so I text you when Aaron missed that tackle. I was like, oh no, like it's over. Because right now, and this is factual, I think, there's 2 corner positions on a football team. Aaron is not a starter.
If you run that type,
right?
There's multiple corners,
but he's not. He's not one of the 2 corners that are starting. However, he is number 3 out of like a 12-person lineup. That was confirmed for me by other people too. So I was like, shoot, he's going to lose that number 3 spot. And no, I mean, the coaches were like, you messed up. And then he continued to mess up because of nerves.
Because other kids on the team messed up too.
Yeah, but they didn't make him feel bad. It was so great. It was like so great. And they totally blew out the other team, which was great. Very far away. As I drove there, I'm like, there has to be a team. There has to be a team that lives closer than an hour and 15 minutes away in traffic.
But in high school, we play whoever the varsity, we play their JV team. So that's who our varsity team plays.
And like you made a really good point that like people are already in leagues, right?
Schedules
so you can't bump yourself. Yeah,
Schedules
it is. And I don't envy.
Because you can't,
yeah.
You can only, you have to play
similar size. Yeah.
You can't we have different classes, different divisions.
But I mean, I think like Fenton is actually in our like little league. Like I feel like in Toledo and Chelsea.
I think we're in the Catholic League. So Divine Child is in the Catholic League.
I don't understand.
But also they play teams who are not Catholic. So I think it's all about who they can find because the challenge is a lot of the cities they play like Plymouth plays Salem, they play Canton, they play South Lyon, they play Brighton.
Were you part of that conversation that said like most city teams are not a thing anymore? There's only like city football teams. Like there's very few football teams in the city of Detroit now in urban schools.
Oh, that's because they shrunk they got rid of all the high schools. Right. So when I was in Detroit at the peak when we had tons of high schools, but they've closed like over half of them. So yeah, but then also all the good kids start going to Cass Tech and King.
Yeah.
So there's only a handful of football teams within the city now, but they're not that great because all the good players now Cass and King have become like these powerhouses. So.
Which is so weird. It's such a weird world.
But yeah, so it's very tough with scheduling. Yeah. So we have to like go out to Jackson and then Lumen Christi and then Toledo or Fenton.
It's far. It's far. So then
it's a home game next week. So we're
I'm very excited about that. Friday was the varsity game, which was fun. I finally went out. The students were like, hey, you got to come. And I finally went out and it was great. We won by a lot. A lot. And so our team, I think, is going to be good. It's fun to see the boys play. I know most of the players. Like, I feel like I remember going to the first football game when I first started Divine Child. I didn't know anyone. It was a little awkward being there. Like the students were like, hey, but I was like the stranger to them. Now it's like, it's part of the community. So
I'm still not looking forward to the homecoming game though.
Yeah, you're going to come. It's fun, babe. You got to lean into the fun.
People.
You can go hide.
Homecoming but you would admit that homecoming. You admit the homecoming is ridiculous in terms of just the amount of people there. I love
it. It's like a movie.
We can't even find a seat. We have to get there
It's like a movie.
We have to get we have to sit there for an hour to get a seat.
That is so awesome. It's like a movie.
Once the game starts, you can't even move. It's like wall to wall. And then the problem with you is that all these alumni show up. So they everyone stands in line to talk to you. So it's like, all right. So like this is like a reserved spot. They want to sit next to you. And the next person shows and they sit next to you. So you're spending your whole time talking to alumni.
Well,
who show
that is
up,
always a problem for me.
and they're trying to squeeze in. And you're like, hey, this is so and so. I was like, I don't know who these people are.
It's
I'm not
so funny. And I've said this before on the podcast, how much I actually want to watch the game. However, I've gotten better. I've gotten better about that. Like when people sit next to me, I'm like, hey, and then I'm not watching the game. Like before I would feel like this need to converse with them the whole time. I actually want to watch the game, particularly with my own children. So like, hey is as much as I'm giving you.
Yeah. I think we left at halftime because the girls were like, homecoming is the work. It's just wall to wall people.
You're such a grumpy old man. All right. So then Saturday was our CYO games at
Which were also far away.
Very far away. Porta Johns were there. Yay for Porta Johns. Disgusting. And I mean, De La Salle, build a bathroom complex. No, like if DC can have one, De La Salle can have one. Like throw a bathroom.
But they had like the nice concrete building. They had the nicer bathrooms too.
The nicer like Porta Johns. No, we're not doing that. You're still peeing on a pile of poop. It's disgusting. I need to stop talking about it. Anyway, so that was De La Salle. John Paul had an awesome game, probably the best game he's had as a football player.
A lot of tackles.
So many tackles. I was really proud of him. They lost, but he played really great. He punted, which I didn't realize and he punted like good.
It was a good punt.
No, he had to punt twice. And they were like, the coaches, I think, were even a little like, whoa, like this is a thing. So really proud of him. Oh, so proud of him. And he felt good about himself. It's so good to see your kids feel good about themselves. And then Joseph's game was immediately following. And we had a little bit of a rough patch with Joey last week. He played 2 plays in this game.
The very first play and the very last play.
The very first play and the very last play. And the very first play was a kickoff. And he tackled the guy that got the ball. In the very last play, he tackled the guy out of bounds. So they got killed in that game. And we're not going to talk too much about it.
Yeah, it was a tough one to watch.
Yes, it was a tough one to watch.
We gotta work on our offense.
We just gotta. No, it's great. We got. It's just lots of. You can Monday morning quarterback the heck out of things. The good thing is Joey really needed those moments. I really needed them to have those moments. I almost didn't go to that game for various reasons. I was going to leave, and I'm glad I stayed, and I'm really proud of him. And he needed it. Like he needed a moment to be the hero, and he was, and I'm so proud of him.
They got a lot of the kids. I think towards the end, when they knew the game was over, they started to put in a lot of the kids who don't normally play.
Yes, but not our Joey until the very last play. So, because never mind. Moving on. What was I going to say?
The Michigan game last night.
The fight happened before the macaroni and cheese fight, which we're not going to go back to. This is when it got weird in the podcast that we recorded previously this morning.
We're talking about the fight happened before the macaroni and cheese fight.
The macaroni and cheese fight happened right before the Michigan game.
After. We had the whole thing about Bryce Underwood. We had talked all about Bryce Underwood being 18.
Yesterday. The actual fight happened right before.
I thought you meant like on the podcast.
No, it happened, no. It happened right before. So we're gonna move past the macaroni and cheese thing.
No.
I know.
Never mind. I know
okay, you're complaining.
Sure,
yes,
sure,
I got it.
Sure,
but we yesterday made a plan to eat outside, have a barbecue. Not a barbecue. You made burgers, but a bonfire. I love sitting out there. Unfortunately, you and I were in a fight the entire
night. That
night.
all happened, though. We did all that.
I know we did. It was great.
You said we made a plan to. I thought
no. I'm saying, and then we executed it. Like,
it was
you were
insinuating that we didn't have.
No, we did. It was great, but we were fighting, so it was kind of gross. But
we weren't. You were being a fuddy duddy.
Here we go. So, Michigan was terrible.
They're not terrible.
Bryce Underwood is
my gosh
not worth $10 million. I think we should take that $10 million, fire him, and then call the Oklahoma quarterback up to come play for us.
What I said was
we feel very differently about what you're about to say.
This young man just turned 18 years old 2 weeks ago.
Sweetie pie.
18 years old.
What a sweetie pie.
And
being paid $10 million.
We are paying. We're not. The difference is we're not paying for right now. We're paying him for what's going to happen in 2 years when he develops and gets better.
Yeah.
So you're not paying him for. You're paying him to develop. That's what we're paying for. You're 18. You need to develop and get better so that a year from now, 2 years from now, you can lead them to victory.
I need to say that I think that is your opinion. I don't want you to interrupt me. I think that's your opinion. I don't think that's a universally held opinion. I don't think we paid $10 million for an investment in the future. I think we paid $10 million assuming that Bryce Underwood would be able to perform now. And when you say 2 or 3 years in the future, I think that's your opinion. I don't believe that's what, so like Dave Portnoy, who does Barstool yesterday, was like, what was that? I think most people thought that we were investing $10 million for him to be able to play as an 18-year-old, which by the way, as an 18-year-old kid, I didn't know he just turned 18 2 weeks ago.
Just turned 18.
As an 18-year-old kid,
was in high school.
I feel very bad for him. Let me be very clear. Like, the bad game, suck it up. You'll be okay. You're going to get better. As a 18-year-old man whose parents, him, coaches, agents, lawyers all work to give him $10 million, I think you can say it was problematic that he didn't know to throw footballs to people and not to empty fields.
No, I think that's part of the development process and learning the offense. I think college is different than high school, so it's more complicated. So I think he was trying to put the ball in places, but the receiver was not on the same page. So I think that I think we paid him. I think you paid him that much because that's how, like, in this new day and age, you have to pay quarterbacks large amounts of money. Like, think about Ohio State last year, how much money they had to fork out to pay for that team. Like, very good quarterbacks, you have to pay large amounts of money. And I think we'll have this on film because I think in a year from now or 2 years from now, when he's like a Heisman finalist, you will be apologizing.
Brother,
to Bryce
man, listen
Underwood.
to me. I'm not saying that
you
he won't be.
should already write his apology letter to him.
I'm not saying that he won't be. The argument you're making is that it's fine that he's not there yet. I'm saying when you pay $10 million, you cannot throw multiple footballs to empty spaces.
But he threw 0 interceptions, though.
But he threw
0 interceptions. And he had 60% accuracy.
Bro, are you actually going to try to pretend that that was a good game yesterday?
I would agree. If he
was sacked so many times, that's not his fault, right? Like, sacks are not his fault.
If he threw 40% accuracy and he had 3 picks, I would agree with you.
I can't wait to hear what the people say.
The boy had 0 picks, and he kept them in the game. Last year, think about last year's team. They would have been blown out.
Oh, see, now me and Dave Portnoy,
the quarterbacks they had last year, but
he was like, that was a bloodbath. But they're lucky they had the points that they did. Yes.
I think, but I asked you the question. I'll ask you again. Would you rather have Bryce Underwood or the quarterbacks we had last year?
I don't even remember the quarterbacks.
Exactly.
Last year.
You know, Jordan Davis, Jeff or Warren.
Oh, Jordan, what's the quarterback's name? There was a cancer survivor.
Warren. He was the one that left. He quit football too.
Which seemed like a great person. And by the way, I am not judging our sweet boy Bryce Underwood's personality, although he did scream at one of the receivers on the sideline and start pushing each other. So that was also really awesome too. You're just all about. I feel like this might be racially motivated. I think you just want him to win because he's African American. He shouldn't have been yelling on the sideline and pushing people. That's a weird thing.
But I think that's the confusion of you're supposed to do this, and they start fighting.
I don't know why you're like your best.
It's like when you're in youth group and like you're in the worship team and someone didn't do the right prayer and you guys started fighting in youth group.
Yeah, that never happened. Actually, never happened. Anyway, so Michigan football is great, and then today we've got white bean chicken chili on the menu and the Lions.
Do you have food for that?
I have to go to the store.
Oh,
and then the Lions. No, we want white bean chicken chili. And the Lions. Are we going to watch outside with another bonfire?
No, we feel different. It's cold. If it's cold, there's no. I'm going to watch.
I only want to do it when it's cold. That's fine. I have to start grading essays. What's on tap for this week? This week's a little bit nuts, only because I'm not saying it's super nuts, but what I will say is Thursday's kind of a bummer. It's our son's birthday, turning 12, and I am working from morning until 8:00 at night. We have something called, I don't know what it's called, Meet the Teacher Night. I have to meet parents and tell them about my class. They come to my class like every hour.
I would not be going to that.
You're not going to go?
No, we have. He has a game and we have practice and his birthday. Like we have many things going on Thursday. They have practice still on Thursday, and your son has a JV game at the school. So I doubt that I'll go. Yeah, I doubt that.
Yeah. Okay. So John Paul's birthday's this week. What else we got going on this week? I have to facilitate my first parent freshman retreat on Friday.
There may not be a game Saturday.
Right. I don't think there are CYO games on Saturday, which is great.
That'd be awesome.
And I don't think there's practice tomorrow. This is the rumor, but I haven't seen anything yet.
We need to see the official. Yeah. We need to get the official word.
If there's no practice tomorrow, that'd be glorious. No, but the official word kind of came in. Through our inside sources.
They said the coaches.
Our inside sources said, no. Our inside source texted us and said that there's not any field that they can play on because the soccer game's tomorrow. So they can't play on the field.
No, I'm talking about the games.
No, I'm talking about practice.
I was talking about the games.
So we'll see. But and then so the next weekend, maybe no games, which would be great. We'd have a Saturday to ourselves. And then you start to get ready for your Disney trip, which we'll talk about next week.
What about the next week?
Yeah. Anything else you want to talk about?
No, we got through this episode.
We're friends. Fighting. Yes. Maybe you should save the other one and we'll play it one day. When I die, you'll listen to how much you gaslight me. Good. That's great. Okay. Friends and family, have a great week.
All right. Have a great week.
On to bigger, better things.
Until next time.
Until next time. Bye-bye.